Now, from the In-Quality stand at NAB show at the Las Vegas Convention Center, streaming live around the world, showcasing IPDTL, Hybrip, and SIP.audio. On Twitter, we're In-Quality Media. And here's your host, Kevin Leach.
Right, in this hour, we're going to talk about our exciting new product. It is the USB SIP Codec, which is actually, it's built on a Raspberry Pi computer. If you've never heard of a Raspberry Pi computer, it's a tiny little computer which can do so much. It's been around, I don't know, how long's a Raspberry Pi been around? You can tell us. Here is one in this tiny little box. If I hold it near me, then the focus on the camera will handle it better. It's a tiny little computer in a tiny little box, but it can do so much. In here is our in-codec firmware, and we are shipping these now. They look like this, amongst other things. That's the touchscreen version, which we're selling now. And you know what? You can get them for $499 US. Let's talk to our first guest. And it's somebody who's going to be a large part of this program. If you look at our IPDTL screen, it is Stuart Clarkson. Stuart, you've got an exciting challenge for the next hour.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
What's that yes. You've got under your desk?
Well, you mean this?
I do mean that,
this.
Yeah.
This arrived early
Just to
today.
be clear.
Other retailers are available to buy things from. This came from CPC, have been very helpful to us, and I only ordered this Friday night and it arrived today, Monday lunchtime. So inside this box, hopefully, are all the things I ordered to enable me to make a SIP codec.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was full of different things? They'd sent you the wrong things, either by mistake or as a practical joke.
Oh,
it could be anything in here.
It's a fancy dress costume. This wasn't what we had in mind.
Some air cushions, good.
Right, okay. So in here we've got one of these, which is a Raspberry Pi. Look how small that is. It's tiny,
isn't it? Yep. Raspberry Pi
really
computer.
Small.
Good.
So we've got a Raspberry Pi computer. I'm guessing that's the power supply.
It looks a lot like a power supply to me.
I've got a touchscreen display. I've got a case for it to live in.
Smashing. Good looking case.
And I've also got an Ethernet cable and some heat sinks.
Smashing.
Right.
All right then.
So what do I do with all this?
What do you do with all of this? We're just going to watch you and let you struggle.
Not for the whole hour, hopefully. You're going to go away and come back, are you?
We might. Yeah, we might do. I don't know. I'm tempted.
How tiny this is.
Tempted just to stay with you.
So it's all on that?
That is a computer, yes. That's a Raspberry Pi computer, and that's
wow.
That's what's running these USB SIP codecs for you. What else have you got there? That's it. That's the box. The box empty.
That's the box. I've also got a micro SD card, which is a tiny little 8 gig card. I already had that.
And what
so
did
I
you do
didn't
with
need to order
that? What have you done with that so far, Stuart?
I haven't done anything with it yet.
Oh, right. So you haven't even flashed it. Great.
I haven't flashed it yet. So I've got an adapter, so it fits inside the normal big SD card slot. And then that'll go into my card reader here. That I've got plugged into my Mac. So I'm going to plug that in there. So that's all in. And then I'm going to download your software. I'm going to install it onto that. I'm going to build this while that's doing that. And then, I don't know, give me 20 minutes and see how I'm getting on, I guess.
20 minutes, that's what you want, yeah? Okay, good.
Well, I don't know. I might be further on by then, but...
let's see.
How long do you think it'll take? How long is this going to take to make?
Well, it depends how quick the firmware takes to flash. That might be... You know what? The firmware might be the slowest part, but if you get as much building done as you can in the meantime, then what's in there? It's very exciting, isn't it?
Touchscreen, look at that.
These are the official Raspberry Pi 7-inch touchscreens, and I'm very impressed with the build quality. They feel like iPad quality, I think, don't they?
Yeah, it's like an iPad Mini or something, really, isn't it, size-wise? Or I don't know what would be that big. It's bigger than my iPhone, obviously. That's my iPhone in comparison. So.
There you go. And I think you've got one of the slightly bigger iPhones, yeah.
I have. So, right.
Okay,
Well, I get to work on this while you're talking to some other guests. I'm going to put the stream on in the background and listen to what you're up to.
Smashing. Okay, when are we allowed to? 20 minutes, you say we're allowed to check in with you, yeah?
Well, I'll leave this connected so you can see what's going on if you like. If you want to flick in without
we'll
the sound
we'll
and
dip
see how
in
I'm
as
getting on.
yeah. We'll dip in.
So
as
I'll leave this camera on while I'm doing it, but
yeah.
I will be listening to you. So if you're going to talk to me, give me a bit of notice.
Smashing. Okay, well, I'm going to drop you off for now and you watch the stream. Bye. All right, there's Stuart Clarkson. How exciting is this? He's going to build one of our USB SIP codecs. Let's talk to somebody who already has one. This is Linda Joy, who is a voice talent. She's over there in the USA. Hi, Linda.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, smashing. Tell us where you are.
I'm in Colorado.
Right,
Let
okay.
me turn off there.
And there's me. There's
you.
That's me watching you. Great. So I don't know if you heard any of that just now, but Stuart has started the challenge of building one of these things during this live show.
I know. That's going to be exciting.
Isn't it? Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to actually talk to him. He'll be able to plug his microphone into it by the end of the show, and we'll be able to talk to him using this USB SIP codec. Now, here's one that we made earlier on your desk. Now, you're a voice talent, right? So normally
I'm a voice talent.
You're using IPDTL on your computer to connect to other studios, so you wouldn't necessarily need this. But thank you for agreeing to be a guinea pig.
Yes. No, I normally use the normal, the online IPDTL, especially because I'm bilingual. So sometimes I'll have the end client in one country and then my director in Germany, in my case, so English and German. So yes, but these are great little things.
It's neat, isn't it? So, and just so that we're clear, the people watching, it's the thing at the bottom of your screen, just near your right hand there. That's the.
Sorry, I'll bring it up. See, so this is what it looks like then,
right,
on my screen.
Yeah, so let's just explain what that is then. Each of these devices, for it to work, because it's an IP codec, we can see it fine, Linda, as
Good.
it is. And there you see the screen timing out on the USB SIP codec. Each one of these devices, because it's an IP device, it has an IP address. And all you've done to get that remote control interface on the screen is simply enter its IP address into your web browser, right?
Correct. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So, and it's like a bigger version. It replicates what you see on the screen, and you've got a settings icon and stuff as well. Yeah. So you can create shortcuts and things. It allows you to do some extra control that you can't do on the touch screen. And if you had one of these little ones that doesn't have a screen, then you can use that. You can connect to it via its IP address and use it. Your computer becomes your screen. So I don't know. Should we just try it?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I will switch headphones.
Yes. Are you going to call me first, or shall I call you? You call me.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to watch in IPDTL, which is where Linda's going to call us. She's got a shortcut on the screen for our IPDTL here. And there you go. We've got a call coming in. We can see our screen flashing. I can answer it. And then I'm going to go back to IPDTL's mixer and I'm going to mute Linda from her computer. We can still see her via IPDTL. We are now hearing Linda via the USB SIP codec. So, Linda, talk to us, please.
Hello.
Now that's kind of compared to as a voice talent with that snazzy shotgun 416 mic there. This is more like a toy, really. The USB mic that you're using now, yeah.
Yes, but you know what? It's really quite an amazing mic. It's nice.
It's not bad, is it? There's a bit of handling noise on it there, which is why we tend to put it
sorry
on
about that.
No, it's fine, but it's good to explain to people that it is good to put them on a stand for that very reason. And these microphones, they're like $80 or something. They're not a lot. And just so that people know, it is the Samson Q2U microphone.
And it's rather nice because you've got oops, I'm making it really noisy here. You can plug everything into the back of this little Samson. So you've got your USB and you've got your headphones plugged into the back.
Great. So you've got headphones plugged into the back then. Nice,
Yes.
nice. I like it. So that rather than plugging your headphones into the device, and the bonus with that is you can hear yourself. Yes, you get to what we call zero latency monitoring in your headphones.
Yes.
Great. Well, this is amazing. If anything, you can probably just knock down your headphone level slightly, because those little cheap headphones that we gave you are just bleeding slightly.
Yes, and I can do that on the screen.
And
I can.
I've got a ringtone coming from somewhere now, and I'm trying to figure out where it's
Oh dear.
where it's coming from. That's driving me insane for a moment. Then, yeah, I was kind of looking around, thinking, where is that coming from? Anyway, I won't let that worry me. So, how have you found it then, from a kind of usability perspective?
Oh, it's so easy. I mean, part of me wishes I could hook up my 416 to it so that I'd have that quality.
And of course, if you wanted
because
to, you could. But we're using it. We used it to talk to you, but you absolutely could.
I could, yes, but then I couldn't really record myself. I mean, wouldn't have my usual IPDTL functionality through the Chrome browser that I'm used to.
No, you're right, and that's why I think generally we talked about this a bit earlier. For voice talent, it does make more sense, I think, for you to use IPDTL, because you've got all that flexibility of being able to run your DAW software and stuff.
Exactly. But as far as just everything, it's small, it's compact, it's easy with the touch screen. I really like it. I like its simplicity and its straightforwardness.
Great. I found the computer that was had an incoming call on IPDTL that was driving me mad. So it's either you don't need to know that, but there you go. I've said it anyway. So this is the touchscreen version. It's possible to have a version without a touchscreen, and those are cheaper. But what do you think the benefit of the touchscreen is from your point of view? Is it useful being able to do stuff on the screen so you don't have to connect via your computer, would you say?
Yeah, well, I think, yes, exactly that. But also the visual, having the visual on the device itself, I find just really, it makes it so straightforward. It's like everything's there. You've got the screen, you've got your shortcuts, you can dial out, obviously dial in.
It's great for somebody. I mean, often people say, I'm not very technical. I'm not very good with computers. I'm not computer literate. It's great for somebody like that, isn't it? Who they just want a standalone unit, plug a USB microphone into it. Let's say they're contributing, maybe they do a piece on an NPR station every week or whatever, but they're not the most technically savvy. It's great for that, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's all in one. Yes, for the less techie like me.
I wouldn't believe it for one moment. Thanks, Linda. I tell you what, just to show it the other way around, let's call you, shall we? So you can hit the red button to drop it off, and there she's gone. And I tell you what we'll do whilst we're at it is go to IPDTL's mixer, and I'm just bringing you back up on IPDTL so that we can hear you whilst this happens. At the bottom right hand corner there, Linda, you've got a SIP address for the device, yeah? Oh, and you would need to swap your headphones. I would have had to tell you to swap your headphones in order to do that. So it's fine, because he says, this is a good question, do I know the SIP address? Oh, there you are. You've swapped your headphones.
Oh, yes. Linda Joy at sip.audio.
Great. I suddenly realised after I'd hung up, I didn't know what your SIP address was.
Linda Joy, all lowercase.
Right. At sip.audio.
At sip.audio.
So I've typed that into my dial pad here in IPDTL. And I'm simply going to hit connect. And let's see what happens there.
Wonderful.
Great. So, and you just got an alert on the screen, did you, to show you that I was?
I did, and I got
calling.
I got like a ringtone. So through the.
Nice.
Where am I?
Through those, yeah. That helps. Great. Okay. Well, that seemed almost too easy.
It is. It's like, isn't something supposed to happen? Am I not supposed to program something or have more wires or more stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Great.
It's too easy.
And even, I mean, it's testament to how reasonable those mics are, because you're not that close to the mic currently, are you?
I'm not.
And even so, we're still hearing you reasonably well. So if you got into the optimal position,
I'm so amazed that I got plugged into the show. I've got this device and everything is working.
well,
So
do you know
I'm
what?
like,
All of this is difficult because we're not just connecting to you on that device, are we? Of course, you've got a computer opposite. You know, if we look behind the wizard's curtain, you've got a laptop an extra laptop in the corner of your booth there, so that we can see and hear you. And you've had to string a wire around to that from your interface, and then set this up and have make sure you've got spare Ethernet ports and all of these things. So actually, it's not a simple job, is it? So of course you know everything. There's nothing left to know, is there? So, well, Linda, may I thank you for your time and good humour. If anybody wants a voiceover in German or English, how would they get in touch with you?
well, my website is lindajoyvoiceover.com, and so my email is linda@lindajoyvo.com.
Brilliant. And if in doubt, they can search you on Google. You know, these days it's easy to find people, isn't
Everything's
it?
easy.
If you want to be found. Great. Linda, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And, well, I hope to speak to you again soon.
Same here. Bye-bye.
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 There's Linda, everybody, in, the middle of the USA, near Denver, Colorado. We'll be back in a moment after we've told you more about the USB SIP codec. Hello, I'm Kevin from Inquality, here to introduce you today to this USB SIP codec with a touchscreen. It's attached to this USB microphone, and there are many people I can call by simply hitting one of the pre-configured shortcuts on the screen. This is calling Andy up in the north of England.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Yeah, great, thanks. So you're using IPDTL on your computer, yeah?
I am, yes.
Cool, bye-bye. My next dialing shortcut here, which can come pre-configured on the device, is for Mike at the Showreel. The Showreel is a... Hiya, Mike. Showreel is a studio in Soho down in London. You're a voice production studio, yeah?
Yes, we specialise in voiceover production, and it's one of the things, and also voiceover training. So we offer both sides of the coin.
Sounds great. Good to talk to you, Mike. I'll let you get back to your busy day. Bye for now.
Okay, take care. Good to speak to you, Kevin.
Bye-bye. I can drop it by hitting the red box on the screen there. Let's see what else we've got. I've got an AT&T shortcut here. This is going to dial AT&T's ISDN loopback line.
ISDN line connected.
There's Randy Thomas's voice telling us that the ISDN line is connected, and you can tell that my voice is now looping back through the ISDN line. I'll drop that off. You can also receive an ISDN call like this. Randy's voice will come back and tell us our number to which the calling party should dial.
Get ready to take down your ISDN number. I'll say it twice. 016.
So I'll drop that off. You get the idea. I can also press a shortcut for a BBC network station.
It only took me an hour, whereas it would have taken me 2.5 hours to get here on the train, because you've got to go pick a
And you can hear the audio coming back from there. Lots of different things that this device can do. It can be pre-configured with a SIP.audio account, and we can also configure these shortcuts for you, so you don't have to worry about that. You just plug in your Ethernet cable, your power, and your USB microphone. If you want to find out more about SIP.audio and the USB SIP codec, then go to our website, sip.audio, or inqualitymedia.com/store. All right, then, we are back. Welcome back to the virtual Las Vegas Convention Center. And here is Stuart Clarkson, who I just connected back to, and he just said, "I'm not doing very well." What's going on there, Stuart?
Hi. So yeah, I'm just I've got I've done the software side of it. That's hopefully worked, and I've got my my micro SD card all plugged into there. So that's the Raspberry Pi. It's got my micro SD card in. I've done the software download bit. I'm used to downloading software and installing things. That was quite easy.
Yeah, and you use Ballerina Etcher to do that, which is the flashing software. Yeah, and for those that that weren't with us 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago when we last saw you. Oh, look at he's beavering away. Those people who weren't with us then, we set Stuart a challenge. Stuart opened a box live on the stream which contained all the parts to build a USB SIP codec, and you'll see he's got instructions on the screen now as to how to put it together. And but he's shrugging his shoulders. So what's the sticking point? Because this would be useful for people who are going to have a go at this themselves.
Well, the instructions I've got on the screen are for my Smarty case, which is the case that my screen is going to go in.
That's the Smarty Pi 2, yeah. That's
the thing, yeah. And so I've fastened this on, which is how my screen is going to connect to my Pi. And then I'm wondering what I do next. I think maybe do I need to put the Pi on next? Because that isn't in the instructions for the case.
That ribbon cable, is it clipped into place? Sometimes, yeah, it is good. It needs gripping into place, and it is gripped, so that's good. Yeah, okay, cool.
So the next thing is to fasten it to this, is it? And then this needs fastening to the screen before I put it in the case.
Show me the back of the screen. Right, what I would do next is put that in the case, and you can then add the Pi on the back of the case. So,
does the Pi not fit in the case?
No, exactly.
This is where I was confused.
Yeah, it's different between different models, but with this one, the Pi actually sits on the back of the case. You can take that. You see the hinged part that's removable.
The hinged part is off, I think.
Oh, it is off. Right, fine. It's difficult to tell in this light. So. No, sorry, an extra hinged part, like a lid. There you go, like it clips into place. So unclip that. Yeah, good.
That will help.
Now you see where the Pi goes on the back. So the screen can attach to the front. Poke that ribbon cable through the hole. And while Stuart's doing that, if you don't fancy this kind of complicated building
just buy one. Just buy one, it's easier.
Yes, you can go to inqualitymedia.com/store and buy your own USB SIP codec, which in the UK is called a dispatch box. Are you intimidated by having us watch you now? Should we come back in? You are?
Yeah. So I've got to work out which screws I need now. I need some little screws to go in here.
All right.
These ones. Yeah.
We'll leave that. You'll work it out. I do actually have some instructions for this, but that would, specifically to that case. But that would,
now you tell me.
Well, that would make it too easy, wouldn't it? And so maybe we should publish those at some point. It's not like we haven't been busy recently. So okay, Stuart Clarkson, let's leave you to that, and we'll come back. When do you want us to come back?
Oh, I don't know. Give me 5 minutes. It might be looking better. 10 minutes. Do whatever you need to do.
Wildly optimistic. Okay, brilliant. So there goes Stuart, and we'll come back to him in a while. If you want to get in touch with us today at our virtual NAB show, you can do so, and the number is 323 336 6556. But don't call just yet, because the man taking those calls is Roger. So make a note of the number. Get ready to ring. You can also connect from IPDTL to nab@sip.audio, or we've got a UK number there on the screen as well. But don't call just yet, because the man taking those calls is Roger. How are you doing, Rog?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yes, enjoying the show, enjoying watching Stuart put together his Raspberry Pi project.
You've built a few of these already, yeah?
I've built one. I've built the one that's on my desk here, which I demolished one. I took one apart and then sort of rebuilt it in this case. And it took me about 20, 25 minutes to get together with all the bits and pieces. But yeah, it's a nice piece of kit. When it's all assembled, it looks lovely. Mine's a bit sort of Heath Robinson-y because I forgot to order some kit for mine.
But that's fine, isn't it? That's the
hence-
beauty of these things. You know, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
look great as long as the thing inside is actually doing the job.
Absolutely, and mine has had a sort of an additional mod on it because you'll notice there's only two black cables running into it. One is an Ethernet cable, the other one is the USB cable, because I've got something called a Raspberry Pi hat, which is a PoE, Power over Ethernet. So the LAN cable, the computer cable, network cable is connecting into a PoE adapter on the floor down here and providing the volts for the device as opposed to having a separate power supply.
You've also got one of our UK dispatch boxes in the black box there, which we can just see.
yes.
So you've been playing around with
Yeah.
these things a bit. You've got a few different versions, yeah.
I have, yeah, and Linda.
No, it's
was
gone again.
No, I haven't. No, I've just moved it slightly.
There you are.
Because Linda was talking about the box and potentially having her 416 attached to it. This particular box here has got a Audient ID4 USB buzz-powered interface, and it's got a NGT2 Rode shotgun mic on it.
Cool. And just if people watching this thinking, I don't know how to build things. Why are you trying to make my life so complicated? It doesn't have to be that way. You can buy a USB SIP codec from our online shop, readily made. We even configure it for you as well. And the address is inqualitymedia.com/store. Order it. We'll ask you how you'd like it to be configured. We'll put your SIP account in it with your free SIP.audio account for 12 months. And we'll even send it to you with the shortcuts that you need to dial the NPR or the iHeart stations or wherever it is, the regular podcast that you need to connect through with. How's the social media looking there, Roger?
Social media, right? We've got some supporters for Stuart to get the project done before the end of the programme. So that's Matt Wade giving him a big thumbs up. Mark Sparrow's back with us. Robert Hilton is back. So is Quinton Howard. He wants to see a step-by-step instructional video from Stuart as to how he's done it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as well. I mean, so
right.
I see light. It looks like it's lit up.
Yeah, so I've literally, just as you connected to me, I've plugged in my Ethernet and I've plugged in my power. That took a few minutes because I realised I'd run out of power sockets in the office.
Right, because you are a tech man. Even though you said earlier you're a journalist and not a tech man, you're a tech man.
Well, yes. So I've had to run an extension from over there, from the other side of the office, to give me some power. But I'll sort those things out. That's a temporary issue. So I've literally just plugged it in as you came to me. And I don't know if you can see my screen. It's too bright.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah. Why don't we come back and see it on one of our future shows?
Definitely.
We're going to talk about SIP.audio on...
But I built it.
You built it. And congratulations. We're going to talk about SIP.audio in more detail on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Thank you, Stuart. It's always a pleasure to work with you. We look forward to seeing more of you as the week goes on. Bye-bye.